Good morning. I'm Mr. Jeff Bisagala, and I am a student of Masters in Development Communication, currently working and living here in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And I am here to present my research proposal, which is Saudi Vision 2030, Communication Strategies and Awareness and Preparedness Levels of Overseas Filipino Workers for Eventual Repatriation. Now, I'm going to talk about Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Saudi Vision 2030, Overseas Filipino Workers or the OFWs, different communication strategies, and of course the level of awareness and level of preparedness for eventual repatriations. KSA is an oil-rich country and it is one of the largest oil manufacturing supplying the world with oil.
According to Philippine Overseas Employment Agency, as of 2016, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is one leading destination of overseas Filipino workers.
OFWs are coming here in Saudi Arabia to find better opportunities because here there are a lot of jobs for Filipino workers. As we all know, the Philippines is still a developing country and we all strive to give a better future for our families.
I go to Saudi Arabia to experience really faster life.
High salary.
Job opportunities.
Mas mataas ang sahod dito kumpara sa Pilipinas.
Mid of 2000, Saudi Arabia has experienced an economic crunch.
They had experience in decreasing demand for oil and it affects the prices or the oil price in the world market. This Saudi Arabia government released Saudi Vision 2030 under the leadership of the Crown Prince, Prince Mohammed bin Salman Abdulaziz Al Saud.
I think Saudi Vision 2030 is all about boosting the economy of Saudi Arabia through tourism.
Empowerment of mostly Saudi local.
It aims to strengthen their Saudi economy by promoting global investments and diversifying their economy by reducing their oil dependency, gearing towards national development and national transformation.
National transformation includes Saudization or utilizing the potential of their youths or Saudi nationals. That's why nationalization means that or lower chances of jobs will be given to expatriates, including OFWs. Expat levies and value-added tax was also introduced so that the Saudi government will have an additional income or an additional revenue to sustain the national funds of Saudi Arabia. Now, how would this affect the overseas Filipino workers or the OFW? Saudi Vision 2030 would means that more jobs or more businesses are closing, means that more Filipinos are going to lose their jobs and they are going to be repatriated at any given time. No job opportunities because Saudi Arabia or Saudi government are prioritizing their locals, their Saudi nationals for their job opportunities. And of course, the introductions of the value-added tax or the expat levy would mean an additional cost of living and higher expenses for the Filipino workers here in Saudi Arabia.
I believe I am affected with Vision 2030 because most of the expats are being replaced by a Saudi national.
Yes, I am affected with the Vision 2030 because of the taxes, of a lot of changes.
Now, since the introduction of the Saudi Vision 2030, the Saudi government has been rigorous in communicating the Saudi Vision 2030 to its residents, including the OFWs. They used national press conferences and official announcements to introduce Saudi Vision 2030. The government is also utilizing the use of traditional media like newspapers and televisions in intensifying, in informing the public about the project or the developments of Saudi Vision 2030. And they are also utilizing the use of social media, reaching out more people so that more residents or more expatriates, including the OFWs, will be informed and will be aware of Saudi Vision 2030. Of course, all of the new rules and regulations of Saudi government are available for reference in the official government websites.
Learn about Saudi Vision 2030 through press conferences,
News.
Facebook. Because of the effects of Saudi Vision 2030, it's important for us to know what are the most effective communication strategies that we can employ so that more OFWs will be more aware of its effects and, of course, eventually would lead them to be more prepared for eventual repatriation.
We have to consider that leaving the OFWs unaware and unprepared of the consequences of Saudi Vision 2030 would definitely affect the lives of the OFWs here in the kingdom. Not only themselves, but also it's going to affect the families of the OFWs back in the Philippines. Also, it would also affect the remittances of the OFWs. We all know that remittances, it's also a great contributor in our gross domestic or GDP of the Philippines. It's definitely going to affect the Philippine economy as well. Specifically, we want to know how they learned about Saudi Vision 2030, what communication strategies can be most effective, what is the level of awareness of the OFWs about Saudi Vision 2030, and of course, we want to know what is the level of preparedness of the OFWs should the consequences arise as a result of Saudi Vision 2030.
It's already a fact that Saudi Vision 2030 is going to affect the lives of many Filipinos living and working here in Saudi Arabia.
It's very important for us to study this research because, as we all know, that effective communication is an essential tool for more OFWs to be prepared or to be aware of the project. We have to ensure that effective communication is being done. That's why it's important for us to know how communication strategies are being formed and are being crafted so that eventually those communication strategies planner or leaders would know what tools to use in communicating a vision, such as big projects such as this. It's also important for us to assess the level of preparedness of our OFWs for eventual repatriation. This study is going to work with a cognitive dissonance theory. Cognitive dissonance theory is a situation which involves conflicting ideas, beliefs, or behaviors as defined by Festinger in 1957. And this is further expounded by the diagram. As we can see that actions and beliefs are inconsistent with each other, creating a dissonance. This is what we call the cognitive dissonance, when actions and beliefs are not in unison with each other. And as Festinger expounded, that once there is a cognitive dissonance or a conflicting ideas, a person has to change his belief or either change his actions or attitudes so that it will bring balance to himself.
How are we going to apply this cognitive dissonance theory in the response of OFWs for Saudi Vision 2030? First thing is OFWs knows what is Saudi Vision 2030 and they know what are the effects of this to their status here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. However, their attitudes shows that they are not fully preparing for their future.
So, it is expected or it is a must that OFWs has to change his attitude by letting them realize and understand these effects. we are going to ensure that OFWs are aware and prepared for the effects of Saudi Vision 2030, ensuring a clearer and a better future for our OFW. Our analytical framework, our independent variables are the known variables or the communication strategies. We just have to find out which of them are most effective in communicating the Saudi Vision 2030. Mediating variables are our beliefs, and attitudes are the cognitive dissonance which are affecting the level of awareness and level of preparedness of our OFWs. Our dependent variables or our unknowns will be the level of awareness and level of preparedness. Hypothesis, we are going to assume that national press conference and social media are still the most effective way in communicating Saudi Vision 2030. And we are also going to assume that OFWs only have a medium level of awareness about Saudi Vision 2030. Of course, we are also going to assume that there is a conflict between the belief and the attitudes of our OFWs about their response to Saudi Vision 2030. Our methodology will be a quantitative research via survey. We are going to formulate a questionnaire that would identify the level of awareness and preparedness of our OFWs. We are going to target the OFWs as our respondents currently working and living only in KSA, working in various fields. Sampling procedure will be a convenient sampling. We are going to open the survey for a specified time only, and we are going to consider responses for this specified time frame only. We are going to conduct the survey through an online survey through the use of social media. We're going to use a descriptive statistics or analysis Likert scale in identifying the level of agreements and disagreements of the OFWs about the effects of Saudi Vision 2030.
So the real question is, what's the level of preparedness of our OFWs for Saudi Vision 2030? How aware are the OFWs for Saudi Vision 2030? And of course, what's the most effective communication strategies in communicating Saudi Vision 2030?
Thinking ahead as a financial analyst, process already my papers, and soon I'll be migrating to another country.
Not yet. I'm not yet ready. I don't think I'm ready to go.
For any questions, feel free to ask me, and I will be here to answer all of your queries. Thank you very much.